6 o'clock, years of talk about how East Austin is changing confirmed. New research out of the University of Texas shows it's already changed.
One of the big headlines, a neighborhood that now has more dogs than children. That highlights the effects of gentrification on this neighborhood of roughly 445 homes. Between 2000 and 2010, the black population decreased by 60%. The Latino population decreased by 33%. And the white population increased 442%.
And those researchers tell KXAN's Alyssa Gord it's not about the dogs. Those numbers are normal. It's about the lack of children, the future, and who can afford to call East Austin home.
We would play basketball on the street, ride our bikes on the street. We were a family, so the neighborhood was a family.
That's how Erica Jasper remembers growing up in East Austin in the 1970s. But she's seen evidence of UT researchers' findings that children, or more accurately families, are disappearing.
Yeah, we don't see kids anymore. We don't see kids out on the street. We don't see kids playing basketball.
When you say it right off, it kind of seems like almost an attack at the newcomers, you know, eccentric dog owners, but it's not that at all. It's just the severe lack of children.
So the loss of children in certain sectors of the city doesn't make sense if the rest of the city is growing at a rapid clip.
The researchers say this is especially noticeable in the lack of children of color. It's something advocates for East Austin schools say explains enrollment declines.
Next is we're going to be losing our schools and then losing our parks.
There is some agreement about what it will take to turn the tide.
To make sure that we have affordable housing.
I believe one of the steps to bring people back to East Austin is the housing.
After spending years as a single mom, Jasper could only afford to live there because she lives with her grandparents. So the researchers' advice for city leaders?
So the only way to see more children in East Austin is if more affordable housing is built and existing affordable housing maintained.
Alyssa Gord, KXAN News.
Affordable housing can be a rather subjective term, so Alyssa pressed the UT researchers on that.
The existing housing that is being built at market is not attracting families with children. So we took AISD data and we found that only 6 children are living in the 1,900 new apartment units that were built in Austin over the past several years. And that points to the kind of housing that we need to prioritize.
The latest draft of Code Next, the city's new land development code, tries to get there. The Planning Commission recommends restricting denser buildings in Austin's eastern crescent unless the developer participates in the city's affordable housing program, like including units that meet the city's standards for affordable.
Earlier this year, the Austin City Council directed the city manager to create a plan that supporters say could reverse gentrification. It would use maps created by UT of Austin's neighborhoods that are most vulnerable to gentrification. People trying to stay in or return to neighborhoods that their families have called home for years could get priority status when applying for affordable housing units. The deadline for that plan is August 31st, but today's study shows people who return may find their old neighborhood has already changed.